afternoon from Los Angeles and happy Friday. Welcome to Stock Market Today. It's Alyssa Quorum here, and on today's show, we're going to be taking a look at the charts of Lattice Semiconductor as well as Snap and a recent IPO. But first, let's take a look at the major indexes. And today, I'm joined by Ken Shreve. And Ken, we saw some nice buying into the close here. The index is strengthening across the board. The S&P and Nasdaq closing the day up more than 0.3% each. The Dow up about 0.1%. The Russell losing a little bit, but after a strong day Thursday. I mean, this is a weekly chart here of the Nasdaq up over 2% for the week.
Yeah, and I wanted to look at a weekly chart of the Nasdaq because ever since the market went back into a confirmed uptrend in mid-October, you're looking at 16 weeks there, 14 of them up weeks. So it's been just an incredible rally for the Nasdaq. And like you mentioned, there was a round of late session buying that pushed indexes up near session highs. We mentioned the Russell 2000 yesterday up 1.4%. It backed off a little bit today, but that index still looks good as well.
Right. It seems like the mantra right now for the market is can't stop, won't stop, but we do know that can all change any day, so we will definitely be on our toes and adjusting accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about the fact that a lot of people are calling for a market pullback, and the market has come up very strongly since the mid-October lows, and but we've been looking at the action of leading growth stocks and really not seeing anything in the way of sell signals. So there's kind of two things that need to happen for a market pullback. You need to see meaningful signs of distribution in the indexes, and you need to see leading stocks start to roll over. We're just not seeing any of that.
Yep, that is right. And on the breakout front, let's take a look at Lattice Semiconductor. Those shares gaining some 10% in heavy volume today. And this comes after a multi-month consolidation, trying to break out to new highs, but solidly doing so today in heavy volume.
Yeah, I mean, the chip stocks have been leading the market for some time. So on the one hand, this can, arguably maybe a laggard breakout, but this was a stock that definitely got stronger as the session progressed. Remember, we had a big move for Qualcomm in the Nasdaq 100 today, the biggest percentage gainer. So chip stocks doing well. Patrick Seitz, we have actually doing a big front page story this weekend about the chip recovery and optimism about chip stocks. And we've got two earnings reports next week from Intel and Texas Instruments. So it's still all about chips, and good breakout for Lattice Semiconductor, and again, a strong move for Qualcomm too in the Nasdaq 100 today.
Yeah, that's right. For that cover story, make sure you're checking investors.com. That story's out now, or you can check it out in the IBD Weekly over the weekend. And moving on, Snap, we saw a big move today for that social media stock, gaining 4.8% for the day, gapping out of a base in heavy volume on a UBS upgrade and price target hike. And this one's been running up about 20% over the last month. Potential upside to be seen here with just seemingly continuous strong revenue growth on that path to profitability.
Yeah, and technically, still in buy range from a conventional entry here of 1846, but the fact that this has been just kind of a move straight, you can see the strong rally, almost looks like the Nasdaq's rally in recent weeks, just up, mild pullbacks along the way. So some people might argue that this is a little bit extended, but when you look at the high of the left side of the base, which is 1836, it could also arguably still in buy range. But when a stock runs up off a bottom like this, you often like to see a handle area form.
Sure.
You like to see the last remaining sellers get shaken out of a stock before a breakout. That didn't happen with Snap, but stock did gap up today with volume, and UBS had pretty positive comments.
Yeah, that's right. Well, maybe we see a high handle form, or maybe it will be like the Nasdaq and continue to go from here. But we'll keep an eye on that one. And on the recent IPO front, let's take a look at shares of XP, a brokerage out of Brazil. That stock gaining 3% today, and it is working on an IPO base, Ken.
Yeah, and this is sort of a rare breed of IPO that actually is showing big, explosive earnings and sales growth in recent quarters, and very bullish annual earnings estimates as well. It earned 21 cents a share in 2018. This year, it's expected to earn 41 cents and then 59 cents in 2020. So it's a very profitable Brazil-based brokerage. This is a classic IPO base taking shape. Goldman Sachs brought the company public in December at 27. So we're keeping an eye on this one for a possible breakout over a 40-60 buy point. Like a lot of top-rated new issues in our database, this one's a little bit volatile, but wouldn't be surprised to see this one take out the buy point with conviction, especially in a confirmed uptrend.
Yeah, that's right. It is trading about 4% below that potential buy point. And if you tuned into IBD Live this morning, we were talking about aggressive entries for this stock. So if you haven't checked out IBD Live yet, make sure you do so. You can go to investors.com/IBD Live for that. Ken, obviously a very frequent contributor to that, but it's just a great place to get actionable stock ideas and a lot of analysis behind that.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about these new issues. XP this morning. We've been talking about Dynatrace and InMode and
Datadog, Progeny. The list goes
there
on.
You go. Thank you. I was
but
they're all very compelling companies, but they can be volatile and prone to erratic price swings. But a lot of them are showing really impressive sales growth in recent quarters. Some not profitable yet, which is a risk. But at least with XP, again, you've got big earnings and sales and good estimates and a good underwriter too. Goldman Sachs brought this company public in December, so Goldman Sachs, one of the better, IPO underwriters.
Yeah. So more analysis like that you can catch on IBD Live. Again, check out investors.com/IBD Live for more details on that. And we do have a webinar coming up next Wednesday. The bulls are running. Yes, they are, Ken. How to profit from IBD 50 stocks and the ETF, IBD 50 ETF that is, with our very own Ken, not you, Chris and Justin.
Chris and Justin.
You might chime in there.
Yeah, they were both instrumental in the creation of the Innovator IBD 50 ETF. So they'll be talking about the IBD 50 Index of Leading Growth Stocks, which has really been ramping higher in recent days. And hey, don't forget, market closed Monday.
That's right. Market is closed Monday. So we hope you all enjoy a good long 3-day weekend, and we'll see you right back here next week.